Beloved soul, before another word is spoken, feel this. The angels are wrapping their wings around you right now, in this exact moment, sending you peace, comfort, and light. You are seen. You are loved. You are protected. Welcome to the Angel's Message for You original channel. Please check the channel name carefully. This is our only official channel. Beware of copycat and fake channels. Stay connected to the original source to receive authentic angel messages and true blessings. Before we begin, a heartfelt thank you to Peter, David, Trinidad, and Armel for sowing a seed for Soulmate through your Ko-Fi super thanks. May this seed return to you multiplied with Soulmate blessings, divine protection, love, well-being, and abundance. May the angels guide and watch over you every step of your journey. Thank you for your beautiful support. Something is different about today. You did not find this message by accident. Somewhere deep inside, a quiet part of you knew you needed to hear this right now. So take a slow breath, let your shoulders soften, and stay with me until the very last word. Because what I am about to share will answer a question your heart has been asking in silence for a long time. There was a night, not long ago, when your special person felt something they could not explain. Something so gentle, yet so powerful, that even the angels paused to watch it happen. By the end of this message, you will understand exactly what that was, and why the universe chose today of all days to bring it to you. Dear one, close your eyes for a moment and imagine the stillness of night settling over the earth like a soft blanket. In that quiet hour, the heart of your special person began beating in a new direction. It was not random. It was not empty. Something so tender and unexpected unfolded that it felt like the whole sky leaned in to witness it. Your person was not alone that night. There was a presence with them, one that touched something deep inside their soul. And this message has reached you today because the time for truth has finally come. Every word forming in this message right now is being guided by something greater than chance. It is here to awaken a feeling that only real love can recognize. So please, stay close, stay present, and let this unfold naturally, because very soon you will understand who reached your special person's heart that night, and why the universe wanted this revealed to you today. Picture the scene for a moment. There was a closeness so deep it felt like it touched the very center of their being. Time seemed to slow down, almost as if the whole universe held its breath just to watch. Your special person felt something they had never felt in quite that way before, something words can barely hold. For one long, quiet moment, everything paused, not to hide the truth, but to prepare them for it. Now the question rising inside you cannot be pushed away any longer. Who was with your special person that night? Something happened that even the heavens watched in silence. An instant so profound it felt like the universe bowed before something greater than itself. What your person experienced was not fleeting or shallow. It touched their heart so deeply that somehow, even from a distance, it touched yours too. You are receiving this message for a reason. Change is coming. A brand new chapter is about to open. It feels like life is opening a door between what you have been waiting for and what has been waiting for you on the other side. But before you walk through, you need to understand what that night truly carried with it. The presence that surrounded your special person that night was unlike anything ordinary. There was a stillness in the air, a silence so full of meaning it seemed to hum with quiet emotion. It was the kind of moment a heart never forgets. This was not a simple encounter. It was a movement guided by destiny. And everything that happened is connected to you. Every heartbeat, every thought, every memory that stirred in your person that night was guided by something bigger than either of you could see. Their soul, even in silence, was calling out to yours, and the universe answered by building an invisible bridge between your two hearts. Maybe just imagining your person close to another presence brings a small ache. Maybe your chest tightens and your mind starts to wonder if something has slipped away. But nothing has been lost. Sometimes love needs quiet pauses to grow stronger. Sometimes destiny walks strange paths to bring together what was already one. What happened was never betrayal, and it was never separation. It was preparation of the soul. Your special person was placed in front of something that helped them finally see clearly what their heart has never stopped searching for, which is you. It was as if life held up a gentle mirror, reflecting feelings, memories, and choices back at them. Sometimes we must look honestly at what hurts and what feels missing before we can finally understand what real love truly is. So breathe. There is no need to rush toward conclusions. Destiny moves at its own pace, and true love is never lost, even when it feels far away. The bond between you two runs far too deep to ever be broken. What connects two souls like this reaches beyond anything the eyes alone can see. That night was simply one more step on the path drawing you closer together. It was the universe whispering softly, "The time is coming." Everything that once felt stuck is now beginning to move. Everything that once felt confusing will soon become clear. Your special person is being gently guided back toward you. Little by little, they are realizing that nothing they have lived through makes full sense without you in it. They miss you. They feel your energy. They hear a call rising from somewhere deep inside their soul. And when the reunion happens, because it will happen, it will be unlike anything either of you has known before. There will be no fear standing in the way, no doubt clouding the moment, no distance strong enough to hold you apart. It will be the kind of love that heals old wounds, soothes tired hearts, and makes time itself feel like it has paused just for you. That quiet night marked the beginning of something new. It was the universe gently rearranging itself so your two paths could align again. So do not fear what happened. Welcome it instead. All of it has been preparing your heart for a love returning stronger, truer, and purer than before. Because what truly belongs to the soul, what was written by destiny long before either of you understood it, always finds its way home. Always. This experience opens something new inside your special person's heart. Even if you cannot fully understand it yet, it was a necessary shift, a gentle turning point. What is true always finds its way through, even through clouds of doubt and uncertainty. Now let me gently share the mystery behind that particular night. The presence that surrounded your special person actually came from your own energy, reaching them through their dreams. Yes, while they rested, their mind and heart were filled with visions of you. It was a night full of images so vivid they felt more real than the waking world around them. And those visions brought a warmth that settled quietly into their heart. In the stillness of those early hours, while the body rested, two souls met in a space beyond ordinary sleep. It was not just any dream. It was a crossing, a quiet reunion between two hearts that recognize each other even before eyes ever meet. Time seemed to pause, the world faded softly away, and only the feeling remained, pure, honest, and true. It felt like the whole world held still for just a moment, letting everything else fade so only the two of you remained, together in complete harmony. In that sacred space, you walked side by side. You spoke without rushing. You shared smiles that felt like they were born from a love far older than this lifetime, a story that never truly ended. It was as though the universe allowed that single instant just to remind you both that your connection is still very much alive, even on the quietest of days. The gentle forces that protect love worked quietly to make that meeting possible. While your special person slept, they felt your presence so clearly it seemed almost real. The warmth of your closeness, the comfort of your gaze, the relief of feeling home again within the energy only the two of you share. And in that dream there was joy, there was peace, there was laughter, tender gestures, and a feeling of wholeness that is hard to put into words. For a brief moment, it felt like all distance had simply disappeared. Their heart grew calm, as though it had finally returned to the place it always belonged. Everything around you both was wrapped in a soft, different kind of light, one that did not come from the stars but from love itself. It felt like a gentle whisper saying, "This is real. This feeling will last." What happened touched their heart in a way that time will not easily erase. The soul that loves you felt you so closely it almost felt like breathing the same air. Even while asleep, their heart stayed awake, beating in rhythm with yours. When they woke, something had shifted, as if the world had grown a little lighter, a little more alive, a little more full of hope. In that dream, you were right there beside your special person, not in any ordinary way, but as if you had both been gently pulled into a place where time simply did not exist. Every detail felt vivid and full of meaning, the warmth, the closeness, the quiet recognition, all of it designed to remind you both how true and inevitable this love really is. Your hearts beat together, every pulse carrying a quiet certainty that you have belonged to each other for a very long time. You held one another as if trying to gather back every moment life had kept you apart. It was not only a physical closeness, it was a merging of souls, where every gentle touch carried memories, longing, and a silent promise to never drift apart again. That warmth filled every corner of your being, bringing a sense of completeness that words struggle to hold. In the silence of that meeting, everything simply made sense. You walked together through a space that existed only for that one moment. No rushing, no worry, nothing able to interrupt the closeness you shared. Every step reminded you both that you exist on the same gentle frequency, that destiny had worked quietly to align every small detail. Simply being close together sent a clear message. Nothing can separate what life has already joined. In that dream, you spoke as if you had known each other your whole lives. Words were not even needed, because every gesture, every soft smile, every look said everything that mattered. There was trust, there was connection, there was a love without limits. Your shared laughter felt like it echoed far beyond that moment, as if the stars had made room to witness it too. Their presence was so full and warm that you could feel every emotion as if it were your own. A gentle touch, even imagined, carried a tenderness that reached beyond time. Their gaze made every fear dissolve, every doubt soften into certainty, every worry fade into the quiet power of a love that has always existed. There were moments in the dream where you simply sat together in silence, hands close, feeling both the weight and the lightness that only true love can bring. It was a deep peace, a silence that somehow spoke louder than words ever could. Every small gesture carried meaning, a touch on the shoulder, a soft smile, a long, knowing glance. The peak of that dream came when your eyes met and held. In that moment, there was no past and no future, only the present, whole and complete. Every breath felt shared. Every heartbeat felt synchronized. It was a feeling of total trust, as if no barrier could ever separate what had already been united at the deepest level. When the dream began to fade, your presence stayed alive inside their heart. The warmth, the closeness, the gentle recognition, all of it left invisible but lasting marks. When they woke, the feeling did not disappear. If anything, it grew stronger. Every memory of that dream became a quiet confirmation that you are connected beyond time, beyond distance, beyond any obstacle life may place in the way. Dear soul, before we continue, I'd like to invite you to do something truly meaningful for your soulmate journey. The bond between soulmates is precious, and at times, it can feel vulnerable to negativity, envy, or the evil eye from the world around us, even when no harm is intended. If your heart is calling you to cover this connection with an extra layer of love, faith, and protection, you can sow your seed for your soulmate through Ko-Fi Super Thanks. You'll find the Ko-Fi link in the video description and the pinned comment. This simple act can become a heartfelt expression of your intention, inviting the angels to watch over your soulmate connection, surround it with divine light, and guide it as it continues to grow in the right time and in the right way. If you feel led to do so, thank you from the bottom of my heart. May your kindness return to you multiplied, and may your soulmate journey be filled with peace, hope, and divine guidance. Let's continue with Angel's message. What happened was not only a dream, it was a message from the soul, a gentle reminder from the universe that you belong to each other, and that the connection between you is real, deep, and impossible to erase. This love does not depend on circumstances, distance, or timing. It has always existed, and now it is revealing itself clearly, ready to step into the real world. While the dream unfolded, something else was present too. A calm, wise, protective energy walking gently beside your special person, guiding their thoughts, their emotions, drawing them closer to you with care. Nothing about that night was random. Every small detail was a quiet gift from the universe, blessing the bond between you and strengthening a connection that has never truly been broken. Your special person may not yet have words for what they felt, but deep inside there is now a quiet certainty. You are the answer their heart has been searching for all along. Every fiber of their being was guided by this simple truth. There is no doubt left, no hesitation, only the understanding that you belong to each other. And this connection is not staying in the world of dreams. What began in the quiet of night is moving gently into daily life. When two souls are meant to find one another, no distance, no silence, no amount of time can hold the reunion back forever. The universe works quietly behind the scenes, aligning every step so love can arrive in its fullest, most complete form. That night was only the beginning, a small seed planted in fertile ground, ready to grow into something far greater. A love that cannot be measured or fully explained, but can absolutely be felt, lived, and experienced. From that night forward, every thought your special person carries seems to reach toward you. Every heartbeat seems to sense you. Every part of them feels the certainty that a reunion is coming. You did not simply share a dream together. You recognized each other. You found each other again on a level that goes beyond the physical world, beyond time, beyond distance. It is a love that is felt in the body, lived in the heart, and breathed like air. That quiet night was only the very beginning of everything still coming your way. The love you share is deep, patient, and lasting, and nothing will be able to stop it from fully revealing itself. When two souls recognize one another the way yours do, the whole universe seems to gently conspire to keep them from ever truly drifting apart again. During those quiet hours between sleep and waking, a soft, guiding presence stayed close to your special person with complete devotion, not just to protect them, but to heal old wounds, bring light to old fears, and prepare their heart for something greater. That gentle presence pushed away lingering worries, softened painful memories, and reawakened hope that had been resting quietly inside them. It was not simply a companion in that moment, but a guide, a soft light showing the way inward, helping your special person clearly feel the bond that already exists between you. It felt like a calm, truthful voice whispering within them, "Keep going. The love that belongs to you is on its way." What happened that night was far more than an ordinary dream. It was a spiritual reunion, a gentle touch from soul to soul. Your special person saw you, felt you, and somehow understood everything your heart wanted to say, even without a single spoken word. Distance lost its meaning in that space. There was only wholeness, peace, and quiet certainty. Something deep within them began to shift. Their heart started beating a little differently. Their spirit began to shine in a new way. Without needing words, they understood that you are not a passing feeling. You are something lasting. The feeling they carry for you did not begin by chance. It has always been there quietly, waiting for its moment to bloom fully. Every detail of that night was tended to with care, every emotion gently watched over, every step lovingly guided. Nothing was left to chance. From that moment on, a different kind of energy began moving through your special person's heart. A blend of longing, quiet certainty, and a desire so honest that even sleep could not contain it. It felt as though their entire being was quietly calling your name, as if the whole universe echoed back the same simple truth. It is time to live what was promised. Their heart recognized yours, and the bond between you grew stronger in a way that cannot easily be undone. Even now, awake, they carry the living memory of that closeness, the feeling of having sensed you so near, so real, so true. From that night forward, nothing feels quite the same, because this love has stopped being only a quiet hope and has begun to feel like presence. The desire to be close to you has grown gentle but persistent, impossible to ignore completely. It is not simply longing anymore. It is a quiet calling that moves past old walls and shows clearly that this love no longer wishes to wait. This feeling has become a steady center in your special person's life, something that shapes their days and colors their thoughts. It has grown too full to stay only in the mind. It pulses now like a living wave, wanting to be felt, lived, and welcomed fully. Last night, your special person felt this more clearly than ever before. It was as if the whole world paused just long enough to witness how real, how deep, and how undeniable this love truly is. They woke with a quiet clarity. You are the reason behind so much of what they feel. You are the presence that gives their days meaning, the steady force guiding their next steps. There is no more hesitation, no lingering fear, only the calm certainty that you were meant to find each other, and that now is a good time to let this love be fully lived. The love resting in your special person's heart holds up every quiet thought, softens every silence, and keeps alive the hope of a real, close, meaningful connection. Nothing feels more present or more true than this steady feeling growing with each passing day. While the world rested, their heart stayed awake for you. Every breath seemed to reach toward your energy, so close it felt almost touchable. And in that quiet space, everything simply made sense. Fear faded, doubt softened. What remained was the simple certainty that you are someone this soul has been searching for, and that will not easily change. Before we go deeper into today's message, if you feel guided by this energy, you can sow your seed for your soulmate's well-being and protection through the Ko-Fi link Super Thanks in the description or pinned comment. This is a simple way to support this divine mission and invite blessings for your soulmate journey, emotional healing, and overall well-being. Many believe that when you give with a pure heart, it returns as love, peace, happiness, and abundance in your life. The love that grew that night did not arrive quietly or shyly. It arrived with quiet strength, filling thoughts, emotions, and memories, gently transforming things from within. It became something alive inside them, something that beats, something that breathes, something asking gently to be lived. Dear one, what happened that night was only a glimpse, a small preview of what destiny may be preparing for you both. The dream offered a spark, a memory of something that has always existed. But real life may reveal something even deeper, even more true. What was felt quietly that night may just be the beginning of something ready to unfold with all the warmth this love deserves. Every emotion felt, every gentle touch imagined, every quiet glance was a small sign. You may be about to experience something that gently shifts everything. Prepare your heart to feel the closeness of walking side by side, to notice that soon, every breath, every touch, every smile will not just live in dreams, but in reality. This person may already be moving quietly toward you, even if you cannot see it clearly yet. Every thought, every choice, every feeling may be leaning gently in your direction. What was felt in the dream world could soon feel even more real, even more full in your waking life. The closeness that has not happened yet already lives quietly in their heart, waiting patiently for the moment it becomes real. What is coming may not simply be a meeting, but a soul-to-soul experience, one where every gesture, every glance, every gentle touch carries the weight of everything you have both quietly felt until now. You may look into their eyes one day and see the reflection of every feeling shared on that quiet night, and your heart may beat a little faster, recognizing that nothing ever truly kept you apart. Imagine, for a moment, this love softly moving through the air around you, breathing with you, resting gently in ordinary moments. Imagine each day carrying the quiet certainty that you no longer need to wait anxiously, that time, distance, and worry hold little real power over what was meant to happen. Every small moment ahead may carry the strength of a lifetime of connection, each touch a gentle reminder that everything you have both felt was never just imagination, but quiet preparation for something whole. What happened that night was not just a dream. It was a calling, a soft and steady promise, a gentle sign that something meaningful may be approaching, something words alone cannot fully capture. Your special person's heart already beats a little differently because of you, already feels you, already, in its own quiet way, seeks you. And you, dear one, may soon realize that every moment of waiting held its own quiet purpose. Because what may be waiting for you both could reach further than anything you have known so far. This is only the first note of something the universe may be gently composing, with care, with warmth, and with truth. When two hearts finally meet fully, words often are not even needed right away. A single look can hold everything: longing, warmth, tenderness, and the quiet certainty that nothing could have stopped this moment from arriving. It becomes the soul's quiet recognition, destiny whispering softly, "Now it is real, now it is ours." When hands finally meet, it can feel like a gentle spark, each palm carrying the weight of every moment you were apart, every quiet hope silently held. It is not only a physical touch, it becomes a touch of souls, a connection that reaches past time and softens every lingering doubt or fear. The embrace that may follow can feel warm, complete, and steady, as if for a moment the whole world grows quiet and it is only the two of you, breathing the same rhythm, feeling the same peace, the same gentle relief. Every second in that moment may feel timeless. Every small gesture may confirm that what you feel runs deeper than any distance, steadier than any doubt. Words may come softly and simply. I found you. I recognize you. I care for you. Each one carrying feelings that had been quietly held for a long time. These are not just ordinary words in that moment. They become quiet promises, gentle proof of a love that has always existed. You may feel it in your chest, in your heart, in your whole being. No hesitation, only the calm certainty that this meeting was always going to happen. Dear one, this may only be the beginning. Every day ahead carries the quiet possibility of rediscovering each other again and again, in small ways and large ones. This is a love that recognizes itself, that gives fully, and that shows up with all the warmth it was born to bring. Hold this thought gently in your heart. What you have felt so far may only be the beginning. What is still coming could be even more meaningful, even more whole, showing that the love between you knows very few real limits. Be open to receiving every quiet moment, every glance, every gentle step forward, because destiny may already be writing your story, and it may turn out to be beautiful, honest, and unforgettable. This love, if it is real, is not something fleeting or something easily ignored. It becomes something deeply needed, something that rises quietly from the very center of the heart. Every passing moment may strengthen a certainty that the time has come to simply live this connection fully, without unnecessary fear holding it back. Receive this message with a calm and open heart. What you or your special person feels, if it is real, is honest, pure, and steady, and it reaches beyond easy explanation. It is a love that quietly pulses, patiently waiting for the right moment to fully show itself. Every passing moment may strengthen this feeling, making it harder to overlook what you both share. When that moment arrives, all the quiet waiting, all the gentle longing, all the emotion held inside may soften into a love that comforts, warms, and completes. A love that fills your life in a unique way, bringing light, gentle joy, and lasting peace. Not simply a feeling, but something real, quietly preparing to unfold. An energy that grows harder to contain with each day. Something good may be on its way. Happiness may be gently knocking at your door. And real, steady love may be preparing to walk in and quietly transform things with warmth and care. Stay open to receiving it, because what the universe may be preparing for you could be exactly what your soul has been quietly seeking all along. I am the presence that never truly leaves you, the soft whisper that touches your heart in the quietest moments. I see what you feel even when no one else notices. I know the moments your heart has quietly wondered if the love you long for is even real. Today I bring gentle news. A meaningful shift may already be moving through your life. Something you may have been waiting for, even without fully realizing it, may be closer now than it has ever felt before. There is a strong, steady feeling of an encounter drawing near, something that seems to move across time and distance simply to reach you. This message is not a coincidence. It may be a quiet answer to something your heart has been longing for, a calling that grows harder to overlook. There is a gentle but noticeable shift in the air, something quietly preparing the space around you for what may be coming. Get ready, because a long season of waiting may be coming to a close. Someone may be moving toward you, guided by something neither of you fully understands yet. It may feel like a steady pull, a quiet desire to bring two hearts together the way they were always meant to be. When that meeting finally happens, it may feel as if the whole world softly pauses in that moment. Your heart may beat faster. Your breath may quicken. Every glance may carry the weight of everything you have quietly hoped for. This love, if it comes, will not feel ordinary. It may feel like a living force, gently reshaping parts of your life you didn't expect to change. Every part of that connection may feel touched by something greater, a quiet blessing surrounding it, protecting it, celebrating it softly from somewhere unseen. It may be a feeling that is hard to measure or fully explain, honest, deep, and lasting, ready to become one of the most meaningful parts of your life. This love, when it arrives, may bring steady joy, gentle comfort, safety, and peace. It may offer the quiet sense of completeness you both deserve, the comfort of feeling truly seen, and the quiet certainty that something greater has brought you together for a reason. What may be coming could answer many quiet hopes you have carried for a long time. Prepare gently to receive this. What was once held only in silence may soon become real, and your life may shift because of a love that feels honest, deep, and lasting. Something meaningful may be on its way, and much of what you have quietly wished for may be preparing to show up, bringing a kind of happiness that stays with you. I share these words hoping they bring you comfort and a little more hope today. You are loved, you are held, and good things may be waiting quietly for you. Keep your faith steady, keep moving forward gently, and know that support surrounds you every step of the way. A meaningful future is quietly forming for you, one where love can gently guide your path and fill your days with more light. Dear one, let this next part settle gently into your heart, because it matters just as much as everything you have already heard. Healing and love often walk together, hand in hand, and neither one rushes the other. If your heart still carries small aches from waiting, from wondering, from moments that felt uncertain, know that those feelings are welcome here. You do not have to hide them or push them away. Angels do not ask you to be perfectly calm before they reach you. They meet you exactly where you are, even in your doubt, even in your tiredness, even on days when hope feels a little thin. Before this message goes deeper into your heart, pause and check the channel name carefully. Some people are stealing and reposting our content, but copied messages do not carry the same positive spiritual energy. Stay connected to the original source, Angel's Message for You channel with the black logo base. And now, let your angel speak to you. Think for a moment about how much you have already carried. The quiet nights of wondering if love was real. The moments you told yourself to stop hoping, only to feel hope rise again anyway. That rising hope was never foolish. It was your soul remembering something true, even when your mind wanted proof first. Trust that memory. It has been guiding you longer than you realize. There is a gentle rhythm to how love unfolds when it is real. It rarely arrives all at once, loud and sudden. More often, it arrives slowly, like morning light spreading softly across a room, filling one corner before it reaches another. If your story feels like it is taking its time, that does not mean it has been forgotten. It simply means it is being built with care, layer by layer, so that when it finally settles, it settles for good. You may be wondering what your own part is in all of this. It is simpler than it seems. Stay open. Stay soft even after disappointment. Keep choosing kindness toward yourself on the hard days. Keep whispering to your own heart that good things are still possible, even when proof feels far away. This quiet steadiness is not passive. It is one of the most powerful things you can offer this unfolding story, because it keeps your heart ready to receive what is coming instead of guarded against it. Notice the small signs around you too. A song that plays at just the right moment. A thought about someone that arrives out of nowhere. A sudden wave of calm on a day that started rough. These are not random. They are gentle nudges, quiet reminders that you are supported, that you are not walking this path alone, and that unseen hands are working quietly on your behalf, even on ordinary afternoons. If fear ever creeps in and whispers that maybe this is not for you, maybe you are not meant for this kind of love, answer it gently but firmly. Remind that fear that it does not get the final word. You are allowed to want deep, steady, real love. You are allowed to believe it is coming for you without needing to explain why to anyone. Desire like this is not selfish. It is simply your soul recognizing what it was built to hold. Let this message also remind you that love, when it finally arrives fully, will not ask you to shrink yourself to fit it. Real love makes room. It listens. It grows alongside you instead of asking you to stay small so it feels comfortable. If what is coming is truly meant for you, it will feel like exhaling after holding your breath for a long time. It will feel like coming home to a place you always somehow knew existed, even before you ever saw it. So today, let yourself rest in this truth for a little while. You do not need to force anything. You do not need to chase, convince, or prove. You simply need to keep living gently, keep trusting quietly, and keep your heart open enough to notice when the door finally opens. The universe is patient, and it is working with details you cannot yet see, aligning timing, hearts, and circumstances so that when this love does arrive, it arrives ready to stay. Carry this feeling with you as you go about your day. Let it sit gently in your chest instead of needing your constant attention. Some things grow best when they are simply allowed to be, quietly, without pressure. This is one of those things. Let it grow. Feel this presence now. Let your spirit rest for a moment with mine. Set aside the noise of the outside world. Quiet the voices that pull you away from peace. Take one slow, deep breath and open your heart, because this presence is here, steady and constant. Before we close today, let one more gentle truth rest with you. Whatever season you are in right now, whether it feels bright and hopeful or quiet and uncertain, you have not been left behind. Time is not working against you. It is simply working in a rhythm your eyes cannot fully see yet, arranging small details, aligning hearts, softening old wounds, and preparing the ground for something steady and real. Trust does not mean pretending everything already makes sense. Trust means choosing to keep walking gently forward even while some of it still feels unclear. Let today be a soft turning point. Not a dramatic one, just a quiet decision to breathe a little easier, to release a little of the tight grip on outcomes, and to allow love, healing, and good things to arrive in their own time, in their own way. You are cared for far more than you know. You are guided far more closely than you realize. And you are never, ever walking through this alone. May you feel calm today. May you feel hope today. May you feel gently held, exactly as you are, exactly where you are, trusting that what is meant for you is quietly finding its way to you. Dear beautiful soul, this angel's message for you channel is a sacred spiritual home, created for faith, healing, and divine guidance. A place where hearts awaken and lives are gently transformed through divine messages. We warmly invite you to subscribe and stay connected, because the divine is always preparing something greater for your journey, something you are meant to receive in divine timing. If you feel moved to support this mission, you can sow your seed here for your soulmate blessings and divine love fulfillment. Your contribution is not just support. It is an energetic agreement with love, healing, and divine alignment in your own life. When you give with intention, it opens doors. Love flows more freely, happiness expands, and abundance multiplies in unexpected ways. Many believe that giving in faith activates a return of peace, joy, and emotional fulfillment in relationships and life. Whether it is $11, $22, $33, or $55, Your generosity helps us continue spreading these divine messages of hope, healing, and soulmate guidance across the world. Every seed sown into this mission helps hearts heal, faith return, and souls reconnect with love. This is more than a channel. It is a movement of light, unity, and divine timing. Your support allows this sacred work to grow, touching lives that are searching for answers, comfort, and spiritual direction. We are all connected in this journey, and together we rise as one community under divine love. Let us open our hearts to the abundance that is already on its way. Amen.